All right, let's take a look at what we picked up this week. So let's start out with some fun gimmicky comics from like the late 90s, early 2000s. I love these. So starting out simply enough is Nova #1. A lot of people might recognize this symbol on Nova's head. Might have seen it on Captain Marvel's costume. This is a part of the Nova Corps, which was a big part of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Nova himself is an individual of the Nova Corps who has some extra space travel abilities. Doesn't need to fly around in a ship. He's kind of an extra special Captain Marvel-ish Nova Corps member, if you will. Simply goes by the name Nova. This is issue #1. Like I said, nice, fun, metallic gold cover. Easy peasy. Next up, I am just thrilled with how clean and pretty this cover is because it is officially 30 years old. Silver Surfer #75. This is like 1992, I think. Look at that holographic cover. That is so pretty. This is drawn by Ron Lim, who went on to co-found Image Comics. But that is just clean. I really dig it. I've gotten more and more into the Silver Surfer lately, especially since Silver Surfer Black came out and just kind of really making him not such a Boy Scout, I guess you could say. This is just really cool. This is another really shiny one that I love how just well preserved it's been. Guardians of the Galaxy, what is this, #39. Now, this is a version of the Guardians of the Galaxy that it's kind of been forgotten with time. This character right here, her name is Rancor, and she is like a 5th generation descendant of Wolverine, okay? I guess, look at that hair. I mean, how could you not tell she's a descendant of Wolverine? This is a Guardians of the Galaxy from the 31st century, and I guess in 1,000 years, they're still doing this stupid haircut. Could you imagine having a haircut from your ancestors from 1,000 years ago? Can you imagine having your own haircut from 20 years ago? She was on the hunt for her descendant, Wolverine's skeleton, came across this adamantium skeleton that has been roboticized by Dr. Doom. Yes, Wolverine is not alive in the 31st century, but apparently Doom is. So, but that hologram is so nice. It's so shiny. This issue itself is so clean and crisp. Just so nice. And finally here, this guy, just an ordinary looking comic book, right? These characters are actually on the polybag. This is a sealed polybag comic, but they're color forms. It comes with a sheet of color forms back here that you can put on the cover, because once you take off this polybag and all of this clears away, it's a blank canvas front and back. So you can make your own fight scenes between the Milestone characters and the DC Comics characters. This was the beginning of a large crossover between the two properties, which spanned all of these titles right here. But this is a whole sheet of color forms on the back. They don't call them color forms. I think that's a trademarked name, color forms. So they do say on the back here, 48 pages, comes with a sheet of vinyl clings. No term color form there, but I mean, for us who grew up when these things came out, they're called color forms regardless. This is fun. I have a Superman comic just like this, but mine is from way back in the day. It's open. The color forms are on the cover. but that's the cool thing about these color forms, is that you can take them, peel them off, replace them, reposition them on the book. But to find this guy sealed and in really great condition, this is pretty rad. Okay, so let's look at some new key issues that I bought. Mostly minor key issues, but right here we have an odd one, Ecto Kid, done by Clive Barker, who a lot of people might recognize as the creator of the Hellraiser series, the Pinhead character, very famous horror writer specifically. He's had a couple things made into movies like Hellraiser, as we talked about. Then he had a series of short stories called Books of Blood, which I don't think got a lot of great reviews. But then this was also optioned for live action as well. I don't know anything about Ecto Kid. I just know that this really started making a buzz for people. The property being issued for either TV or movie, one of the two. You might be able to tell that this is a foil cover. This is actually a variant cover. The regular version didn't have the foil on it, but I figured why not? This was part of Marvel's more hardcore comic line, Razor line, right? I don't know. We'll see if anything happens to it. If not, not a big deal. I only spent a few bucks on it. So originally it was a $250 price tag. So it's not like I'm going broke here, but worth a minor investment, possibly. Could be a key, could end up being nothing. Now this one is an uncommon one that I think kind of flies under the radar of a lot of people. Spider-Man team up with the cast of Saturday Night Live. That's Jim Belushi right there. So it says it right here. We've got Dan Aykroyd, Jim Belushi, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris. You'd be surprised at how many cast members you just don't even remember. Bill Murray, I don't know who that is. Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner, I've never heard of her. Plus Lauren Michaels and Stan Lee. I don't know those guys either. That's just a fun thing that happened once upon a time. And you don't come across these in the wild too often anymore. But there you go. All right, obviously I know who those people are. Don't get all up in my comments yelling at me for being stupid. Next up, we have the first appearance of Maria Hill in All New Avengers number 4. This came out early 2000s, I think. 2004, maybe? Yeah, so Maria Hill is obviously the character being portrayed by Colby Smulders in the Avengers movies. Could be Iron Man as well. I don't know. I didn't do any research. First appearance, it's not exactly a hot key at the moment. They're not doing a whole lot with her character in the MCU, which seems to be spiking the popularity of a lot of these Marvel characters, especially if they're live action. I mean, Moon Knight has just exploded even more than usual. Not exactly a hot seller, if you will, but if they try to position her to be the next Nick Fury, which I don't think anybody could be the next Nick Fury. Nobody can top Samuel L. Jackson. We'll see where this book goes, but as it stands right now, it's a minor key. So next up is probably the biggest key that I've gotten in a little while, and this is All New Captain America number 1. This is Falcon, Sam Wilson's first outing as officially Captain America. We're all familiar with the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series. It's on Disney Plus. Good show. This is the beginning of where all of that started. Sam Wilson has maintained being a Captain America to this day, but this is back in 2015, so way before they were even putting that in the works in the MCU. Captain America with the wings. I do dig that aspect, but here it is. So those were the biggest keys that I had gotten lately. Mostly, like I said, minor keys. Let's go into some new stuff, okay? Fortnite Marvel Zero War. Okay, I read the first issue. It's a fun book. Mostly people are collecting these for the codes on the inside that will give you skins or utility items inside the actual game itself. So let's take a look at what they're giving away this month. Last month they gave away a Spider-Man skin, a brand new suit for Spider-Man. That was pretty cool. I didn't expect that for the first issue. This one I'm expecting maybe just like an item to hit things with. So let's take a look real quick. They keep them polybagged so you can't go flipping through them on the shelves at the comic shop or wherever you get your books. Okay, this one says a Stark 7 wrap. I'm not sure exactly what that means. You can take a look at the code all you want. It's going to be spent by the time you guys see this. But let's see what this Stark 7 wrap is. What do you got for me? Oh, is that it? It's a gun skin. Okay. Okay, not exciting, but I guess they have to really snag you on that first one and then pull you in with the little pieces next. All right. Okay, very cool. One thing I will say is that if you don't know anything about Fortnite, this book is very well designed to help you understand the storylines and the plots, because you're kind of partaking it from the Marvel superhero side of things, going into the Fortnite universe and learning things the same way that they are. So very well done. It's an enjoyable read. 8 billion genies number 1. Now imagine that 8 billion genies show up on the planet Earth, and there's basically one genie per human, and they grant everybody a wish. What would your wish be? Well, 8 billion people on the planet got their wish, and so that's that's where this book takes off. This is a Jenny Frison variant cover. It's super pretty, but that's a genie right there. But the concept is pretty entertaining. I was a sleeper on this one. I had to go back and hunt this down, but I was a sleeper on this because, tell you the truth, I didn't think anything was going to come of it, but it's been optioned for live action. So let's see where this goes. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I just love the concept of Spider-Punk. Look at, that's Daredevil right there. Look at that mohawk. That's Daredevil right there. You can tell by the D symbol on the chest. I just love the concept. I have not gotten into this issue yet, but it's been fun so far. Okay, and now my last item here. These are all the same thing, but they're different. Mandalorian issue 1. Now, I gotta say, I was slightly disappointed to find out that this new Mandalorian series is a retelling of season 1 of the TV show. That's such a missed opportunity. I wanted to see why he was such a renowned bounty hunter to begin with. When we catch up with him in season 1, he's already a well-known bounty hunter. I want to see those bounties beforehand that got him to be as famous as he is. So I ordered this package back in March or April, one of the two. It's a series of variant covers for just issue 1, but it is the first appearance of the Mandalorian and first cameo appearance of Grogu in comic continuity, which does mean something. This one I think is the regular cover. It's pretty cool. Then we have the photo cover. Okay. Nothing too exciting. All right, cool. Next up is the action figure variant. I love these. Even on the Star Wars series that I don't collect, which there is a couple, when they make these action figure variants, I make sure to hunt them down. The corners can be deceptive. It makes you think you've got bent up corners, but really it's supposed to look like the packaging itself. But these are really well done. They look just like the classic Kenner action figures. And finally, one of the main reasons that I did collect this entire variant cover collection of The Mandalorian #1 was to get this specific cover, because it is the first appearance of a character, I guess technically first cover appearance. They do differentiate between first appearance, first cover appearance. But this is a sleeper that I think is falling under people's radars. It's the first appearance of Vi Maradi. Look at that. Now, if you don't know the lore of Vi Maradi, you should go read the Star Wars book Phasma, and then follow that up with the Black Spire Outpost book. You can actually encounter Vi at Batuu, at Black Spire Outpost, at the Galaxy's Edge parks at Disney. So this character was created, I think, specifically for the theme parks, but this is the first cover appearance of Vi Maradi. It also happens to be the Pride variant as well. I definitely wanted to get a hold of this because I think they have some plans for Vi Maradi in the future, or else they wouldn't be putting her on merchandise like this, right? So I'm hoping that this is a sneaky find that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Once again, thank you guys for hanging out and watching and seeing the stuff that I'm picking up all the time. If you have any questions, once again, feel free, message me in the comments below, or you can hit me up on my Instagram as well. Feel free to chat about comics or anything else that strikes your fancy, and I will talk to you guys again very soon.